I am Numa Pompilius, the second king of Rome. Though king was never a title I desired, I was not born for war, nor did I crave power. My heart found peace in the quiet hills of Cures, where wisdom was my companion, not the sword. Before the throne called me, I was a husband and father. My beloved wife, Tatia, daughter of the great Tatius, was my joy and my balance. She brought light to my quiet life in the Sabine hills, where I preferred wisdom and the company of the gods over ambition. Our love was simple, pure, untouched by the clamor of Rome. Together we raised a daughter, Pompilia, whose gentle spirit mirrored her mother's. But Tatia was taken from me too soon, her breath stolen as the fates willed it. Grief consumed me, and I withdrew from the world. It was there, in my solitude, that the messengers of Rome found me. After Romulus vanished into the heavens, the city of Rome stood divided. Warriors clamored for strength, while the people longed for peace. They looked to me, as Sabine by birth, for guidance. At first, I refused. Rule over men? Command armies? No, my spirit was drawn to the old ways, to the sacred rhythms of nature and the whispers of the gods. But Rome needed more than steel. She needed order, faith, and the wisdom of law. I accepted the crown not as a conqueror, but as a servant of the people. In Rome, I was not alone though. My daughter, Pompilia, was a comfort in those days of transition. She married a nobleman named Marcius, and from their union came Ancus Marcius, my grandson, whose destiny would also intertwine with the future of Rome. I often looked upon my grandson and saw hope, a legacy not of war but of wisdom passed from generation to generation. Yet my soul could not entirely escape the ache of love lost. In the quiet hours, I ventured to the sacred grove of Egeria, a place where the veil between our world and the divine grew thin. Egeria, my muse, my guide. Some say she was a mere spirit, a figment of my mind, a divine companion in my sorrow. Others say she was more, a presence that filled the void left by Tatia, a love beyond mortal understanding. Whether spirit or truth, I knew her wisdom was real, for she revealed to me the secrets of justice, piety, and the sacred rituals that would bind Rome together. Her wisdom shaped my reign, just as Tatia's love had shaped my heart. Together we shaped the religious heart of Rome. I established the cult of Janus, the god of beginnings, whose temple would open in times of war and close in peace. I built the Temple of Vesta. As long as her holy fire remained lit, Rome was safe and thriving. I created the role of Pontifex Maximus, the high priest, to guard the sacred rites. Through festivals and sacrifices, I taught Rome to honor the gods not with violence, but with reverence. The Sabine people from whom I hailed became united with the Romans. It was my belief that peace could be found in unity, that differences could be overcome through mutual respect. I didn't see our Sabine customs as enemies of Roman traditions, but as part of the whole, part of a city that would one day become the heart of the world. There is one event that I hold close to my heart, one that proved to me that the gods truly watched over Rome. One day, while I was deep in prayer, a shield fell from the heavens. It landed in the middle of Rome, a gift, a sign of protection from Jupiter himself. The shield, which we called the Ancil, was the symbol of Rome's divine favor, a sign that our city was destined for greatness. But such a sacred artifact could not be left unguarded. I ordered 11 identical copies to be made so that no one could ever steal the original. These shields were entrusted to the Salii, a group of priests who guarded them with their lives. To this day, they dance through the streets of Rome during the month of March, honoring the gods and protecting the shield that fell from the sky. But religion alone was not enough. A city without laws is a city without order, and Rome was still wild at heart. So I established laws, forged a code, 12 tables of justice, fair and unbending, that all men could understand. No longer would power favor the strong alone. Justice would be our shield, the backbone of any great city, and our guide for wisdom. I divided the Roman year into 12 months, creating a structured calendar to govern daily life. But perhaps my greatest lesson was teaching Rome the value of peace. For 30 years, Rome knew no war under my reign. Imagine it, a city born in violence, yet thriving in harmony. They mocked me for my gentle ways and whispered that I feared conflict. But let history judge me not by conquest, but by the strength of restraint. Time passed and my days grew long. I knew my work was complete when the people no longer looked to me for guidance, but to the laws and temples we had built together. I left this world as I had come into it, without riches, without armies, only the legacy of a city learning to live with honor. Now I ask you, Romans of the future, what legacy will you leave? Will you be remembered for the battles you fought or the peace you preserved? I am Numa Pompilius, a king not of conquest, but of wisdom. And though my reign has passed, my teachings endure, so long as Rome endures.